What's up guys, it's Gunmetal aka Gun, and today I'll be going over my homemade Skeleton Barrel Wallbreaker Cycle deck. It's got Firecracker, Skelly Barrel, Fireball, Log, Ice Golem, Mini P.E.K.K.A, Goblin Gang, and Wallbreakers. At the 2.9 cycle, you'll be abusing your Log, Ice Golem, Firecracker, and Wallbreakers to force out positive trades and cycle to your evolutions to overwhelm your opponents. Speaking of which, I run Evil Firecracker and Skeleton Barrel since Skelly Barrel is boosted right now and I have my Firecracker level up. You could run Evil Wallbreakers instead of Firecracker to overwhelm your opponent alongside your barrel. With that being said guys, I have 3 matches to show you where I played against Giant Sparky, Golem, and Electro Giant. I'll be uploading my 8,500 and 9,000 trophy videos later this weekend. If you enjoyed these types of videos, be sure to let me know in the comments and I'll go over the decks I play more in depth. Now let's get into it. So here we are loaded up into the first match where we face a Giant Sparky deck. So we go ahead and are going to go ahead and place our Firecracker down because obviously we want to cycle it to get to our Evil Firecracker as soon as possible. We're going to go ahead and place our Ice Golem down to go ahead and defend it. I like to say that we want to follow similar rules to like our Musketeer with our Firecracker, pretty much just always try and defend it. We'll go ahead and take care of that Night Witch by fireballing it on the tower, also getting some chip damage, and then just finishing it off with a Log. We'll go ahead and place those Wallbreakers down because he pretty much is always going to need to place like more Elixir for the Wallbreakers to defend them. So we're always forcing on a positive Elixir trade. And he went for like Giant to body block them since he didn't really have like any other better options. So as you saw, we got some pretty good damage. We are taking a little bit of damage on our left side, but you know, we took a pretty early lead and I know that we're going to be able to keep up that momentum, so I'm not really stressing taking a bit of damage. We'll go ahead and place our first Skeleton Barrel down. Once again, we want to cycle that win condition card because we really want to be overwhelming our opponents with like our Evolution Skeleton Barrel. Evolution Skeleton Barrel is so busted right now, guys. Like seriously, even just the death damage just is so stupid. And here we encounter like a first Sparky of the match. I'm going to show you guys pretty much how to counter it. You can pretty much like, there's a couple methods that you can use, but obviously I don't have a Sparky reset in this deck, like no zap. So I pretty much am just going to like spell it down. I'm pretty sure you can use 2 fireballs and a Log to kill Sparky. But obviously, as you saw, I had like my troop supporting, so I was able to do that. We go ahead and use our Firecracker to, you know, take out that Giant and then counter push on the right hand side. Pretty much just like not letting up, just forcing out that good damage. Forcing out that good Elixir and getting good damage. Now, as you see on both towers, we have like a lot of damage. So while he may be in the damage lead on the left, we have like 2 really good avenues to get damage. As you see, he went for a Sparky, so I went for a Fireball, just getting more chip damage on the tower and, you know, taking care of that threat. Just shooting down another Skeleton Barrel and just cycling my deck, also getting death damage on the Sparky. And, you know, getting some tower damage and forcing out a response. He thought he was sneaky with those archers, but I got Ice Golem down to block just in time. Once again, just forcing out, you know, Elixir. Went for the Wallbreakers and he had a Tesla to defend it. I went for the pre-log, thinking I might be able to catch the guards, but obviously I was late. And the Tesla did defend, but, you know, that was a 4 for 2 trade, right? So, once again, you know, it's a positive Elixir. And I realized that he's pretty much in the range right now just to get like Fireball cycled. So, you know, I pretty much do that and end the game with a Log. And, you know, that's pretty much how you take out Sparky, guys. It's not too hard. Don't be scared. And here we have our next matchup where we go into a Golem beatdown game. And usually I'm like pretty scared or apprehensive of facing Golem, especially just like as a cycle player, because usually like I'm so used to my swarm troops like just being hard countered. But he's running pretty much just like classic Golem, you know, Golem, Night Witch, Lightning, and Baby Dragon. So, pretty standard, and I luckily was able to have a pretty good defense. So here, we're going to be using our mini P.E.K.K.A like a lot more than we did in the last match, because we actually have a tank that we really need to take care of, obviously being the golem. So, like, our bread and butter defense for this golem is just going to be our mini P.E.K.K.A and our firecracker. You want to get into the habit of placing your firecracker down first instead of the mini P.E.K.K.A, just so that we can cycle to the evolution like faster and as soon as possible. But yeah, so you're going to be seeing a lot more mini P.E.K.K.A play here than you did in the last match. We went ahead and like threw down our skeleton barrel, obviously, so that we, get some pressure, get some good damage. I'm not really worried too much because I can get a firecracker down and the goblin gang to take care of that lumberjack and mega minion. So as you see, on both towers, you have like really good damage. So we started out the match pretty strong. We're gonna go ahead and go for another golem in the back, but we're up on elixir. I just cycle an ice golem on the left side, just to keep our deck and cycle. And we go for a wall breaker skeleton barrel on the right hand side, just to clean up that right side tower. I know he's really gonna go in for a push here, so I just figure I might as well take out that tower, and those skeleton barrel skeletons end up doing a really good job at cleaning up that golem. Like, I softened him up really good for my mini P.E.K.K.A, allowing my mini P.E.K.K.A to stay like really healthy. And then get down the evolution firecracker to whittle down that baby dragon as my mini P.E.K.K.A go ahead and distracts. I place an ice golem in front of that evolution firecracker just to keep protecting it. Like I said, we're following musketeer rules here with our firecrackers, guys. Just trying to keep it alive as long as possible. I don't know if you noticed in the last match, but the opponent went for an arrows, and my evil firecracker let out a shot, and then the ricochet like pushed it away from the range of the arrows. So I mean, if you like treat your firecracker well and just defend it, like, you're gonna get so much value out of it, guys. As you see, like, I'm cycling so many firecrackers and they just end up cleaning up like their pushes just so well. So much so that, like, even on the left side, I end up taking another tower against this golem player. So like I said, when it comes to like facing like these heavy beatdown type decks, you just have to keep a cool head. Get your deck in a good cycle and just like make sure you have your counters ready, and just place them, and like just don't panic. You'll be okay. You have a faster cycle than them, so honestly they should be more worried than you should be of them. As long as you don't fumble, you'll do fine. Just don't drag out the match. Alright, and here we are in our final match against an Electro Giant Lumberjack Mother Witch player. Now, right here, the Mother Witch is going to be a huge problem against us because we have a lot of splash units and our wall breakers are pretty soft. He goes ahead and goes for an E-Giant first play, like a typical Electro Giant player. And as you see, he went for the Mother Witch as soon as our Skeleton Burrow landed, but we have a Fireball for that. So pretty much if you see a Mother Witch when you're using this deck, you're going to be using that Fireball. So make sure you have your Fireball in cycle. You can have it handy for that Mother Witch. Now we went for a mini P.E.K.K.A to go ahead and clean up that Electro Giant. Like I said, our mini P.E.K.K.A is really our only tank killer. So you're going to want to keep it like handy and not really spam it too much, and keep it in hand for like these big tanky cards. We take a lot of damage on the left side, but that's okay because we did get like a good healthy lead on damage on the right side. So even though he may have outpaced us on damage, we're gonna like be able to counter push and just like keep up the pressure. And it goes for an Electro Giant to defend this push, but obviously like that just pops the Skeleton Barrel, and it allows our Firecracker to just keep getting pushed back and defend that Electro Giant, while also getting like a little bit of chip damage on the tower for like the first two shots. We get a mini P.E.K.K.A just to like, help out with the Firecracker. It doesn't do too much, but it does, force out that Mother Witch response, and we just get a Fireball out. So, in a sense, we're able to bait out that Mother Witch and get a Fireball value. Now, he has Elite Barbarians, which, is a little bit of a surprise card, but you shouldn't be too surprised because this is mid-ladder. But, you shouldn't really panic because as you see, just like, an Ice Golem and a Goblin Gang really cleans up those E-Barbs, and that wall time, the late log was able to ensure that last E-Barb didn't get like any hits on the tower, so we're all good. He goes ahead and goes for like that Lumberjack, just trying to get some sneaky damage, but we play our mini P.E.K.K.A. Now this does leave us without a tank killer for the Electro Giant, but that's all right. He does capitalize on that, but we have like a little push on the right side. We go ahead and fireball for that Mega Minion, get an Ice Golem down to keep distracting, and then we go for another Mini P.E.K.K.A. on that Electro Giant. Now he's going to take down that tower, but we did already kind of, take out that Mega Minion. The Electro Giant is dead, and like I said, we already have a lot of damage on the left side from that early lead that we took. So this push here is going to, put a lot of pressure and provoke like a good response, and, we pretty much take tower with that. Like the Evolution Skeleton Barrel is just so broken. We have a Firecracker just to finish up those Elite Barbarians. There's only 13 seconds left in the match, and there really isn't anything that he can do. We, use those wall breakers to kite that Lumberjack, and it's pretty much just GG's at this point. So that's the match, guys. That was Electro Giant. It wasn't too hard. So yeah. So that's the deck, guys. You have your Wall Breakers and Skeleton Barrel as your main win conditions. Wall Breakers being especially great at forcing out a reaction, positive trades, and cycling your deck. Goblin Gang as Log, Zap, Arrows, Bait for your Firecracker and Skelly Barrel. Mini P.E.K.K.A. as your tank killer. Firecracker, Gang, and Fireball are going to be your air defense, and while it may seem lacking, you'll be able to cycle mad Firecrackers and get multiple evolutions throughout the match. I try to model this deck after bait and cycle decks like Mohamed Light and Riley like to run. The viewer recommended I try Miner instead of Ice Golem, and maybe I'll give it a shot in a future video. But otherwise, that's going to do it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like, maybe comment, and subscribe. Or even check out my TikTok. My name is Gunmetal, aka Guns, and I'll see you in the next one.